Maybe he's got some good info.
I watched your 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation, so in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from...
Okay, go on, pause it right there. All right, so here's my problem. Right away, he started out bad. You can't, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not a marketing genius or anything. Maybe Logan Paul's much smarter than me. When someone has it's not an allegation, right? He made a very well-crafted video.
I think
had a lot of evidence, had a lot of people that he talked to, including people that dealt with him, and reached out to Logan Paul for comment, didn't do it. You can't start the video off by trying to attack him and tear his character down. Like, oh yeah, he tried to be with law enforcement, failed because he's got all these facts, he's twisting it for views. You can't just start it out by attacking him. Just explain what happened.
Sure.
If you really didn't do anything wrong,
you save that to the end.
Just tell the truth.
I think if you're gonna like attack them or anything like that, you just save it.
Bring people in with your explanation of what's said. Don't start off by going on the defensive against, like, nah, well, fuck him. He's also an asshole. He kicked a puppy one time.
To a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, I know.
Star of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just
he's friends with Keemstar, so that's
telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in Coffeezilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000.
Hold on, pause that real quick.
Yeah.
He hired him.
Yeah. That's why.
And Coffeezilla said these people were criminals.
That's why I don't. Okay, yeah. I don't know what he was defending. Okay.
Which
I'll let me let it play out
landed
first.
on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but
hold on real quick, I gotta stop.
Orange jumpsuit.
That is Logan Paul's fault. He's like, he told me he only had 3. Dude, you launched a big, huge crypto thing, got people to put their life savings into. Shouldn't you have been the person to vet this? This is not Coffeezilla's fault. This is your fault. You hired the motherfucker.
It's because he's using them as a source, and he's like, well, your source is trash. And it's like,
but it was your employee, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're using him as a source. He's using him as a source because he worked for you. You hired him as a criminal. I just don't
agree.
get that.
Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on?
Hey, look at those eyes, though. Beautiful eyes.
Even if you're lying to yourself,
but
Steven,
full of
you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get.
That's what I thought I wanted. That's kind of why. That's kind of why I wanted to let it play out.
Who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires.
No, pause it. He literally just switched it again. He was like, "Who would do it? Me." But that's because of this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, he's got it. At least I just want to hear a sorry from him. Something.
We'll see.
Take accountability for something. We're only a minute and 59 seconds in, so maybe I am judging this a little too harshly because I do think that he 100% knew.
Oh, I think at a certain point he knew.
Me. And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Hold on, just pause this. what makes me laugh, he's like, yeah, you definitely can. He just shows a picture of an
Yeah,
egg hatching into a fucking just random picture of an elephant. Like that proves
It didn't show. It didn't prove anything.
we
I
got a
got you.
duck.
But
And as you
he's
pointed
trying
out
to
in your
show.
fine print,
Yeah, I
cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in
I gotta say this too,
information.
though. He is basically admitting to, like, I hate when this, basically all NFTs are just pictures. You're right, they are. This is why this was a scam.
Sure.
It was just
Well,
a picture.
and a part of that was he was claiming they were going to be all, hand drawn images,
not
and they ended
computer
up,
generated, but
Right?
I'm
So
just-
why
maybe
have
I'm
you allowed
biased.
the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published
Okay,
the
pause it right there,
defamation.
though. So here's another thing. He goes, yeah, you recorded this conversation illegally. Switched to Logan Paul's manager. He's saying this thing. He doesn't address what his manager said. He was like, yeah, it was illegal to record him. It's like, yeah, my girl goes through my phone and finds out I'm cheating on her. Well, why were you going through my phone?
Yeah.
That's like, it just, I hate that logic behind it. Yes, I get maybe that was wrong.
And we
but
don't
address what he said.
We also don't know. Like, he might be trying to claim that, because I know in, like, California, it's illegal to, if both parties don't know if the conversations, but who knows? The dude may have been in, like, Puerto Rico, where it was legal to.
Yeah, that's
you
not
know,
illegal.
He might be, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know the
remember
laws.
we had a conversation about this, and I looked it up for you when we remember something was going on, and I was like, yeah, no, you can definitely record something.
It's just certain states. Certain states
Yes.
has it that, both parties need to
However,
know.
And it's
unlike
also,
you,
but in
the
saying this,
blockchain-
it's not illegal to record them. It's not admissible in court.
Sure.
Unless they know.
Sure.
So it's still, it's not, Coffeezilla's not taking him to court.
No,
It's
this
not
isn't
illegal to
this
record
whole,
a private phone
This whole
call.
thing isn't a I'm gonna go to court thing. Which, hold on, someone may try and sue. There might be something that goes to court with Logan or one of the people that developed. I don't know, but as in like Coffeezilla or these random people, no one's taken anyone to court.
No.
backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still publish the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
I mean, he
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
And I think that's the whole thing about his response. I think he's coming at Coffeezilla a little hard, where like when you watch the videos, yeah, there's like this undertone of like Logan Paul's responsible for it all. Once you get to the end of it all, it's really like, I don't think he's blaming it on Logan Paul. It's more like, hey, this was your project and it failed, and you know,
you left everybody out.
Exactly. So I think that's more what he's getting at on that.
But also, it's like, yo, yeah, this guy, yeah, we found out he was a bad actor. This guy, we found out he's a bad actor. You hired both of these people. Mm-hmm. They're your bad actors. And then he gets to him and his manager, and he's like, yeah, we didn't sell anything. We're good.
Sure.
guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, move on.
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly.
Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you
Which
can
I
imagine, I was not
figured.
cleared from legal to discuss
Like,
money.
board?
Out of everybody,
Yeah, he's being investigated by the highest authority.
out of everybody, he did seem like the one that was like actually breaking like some
For sure,
some
yeah.
laws.
But
like
also,
there
I
was
think
some.
Coffeezilla did a good job at showing this guy was
Sure.
a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think in those videos Coffeezilla really didn't give it to Jake as much, or Jake. I'm sorry, Logan. even at the end of those videos, he was like, yo, I've reached out to Logan. I had no comment. I tried to get his side to this. Well, so you can't really blame him if you never gave him your side.
Logan Paul claims that he tried. I don't know.
No. That was a bullshit thing. He posted on Twitter and like, you can come on mine. And then he ignored all the emails and stuff because he had Coffeezilla blocked. Coffeezilla posted the emails where he said, where he invited him and shit. And then when Logan was like, yo, you can come on my podcast, Coffeezilla was like, no. He's like, I don't want to do that where you can edit it and control the narrative. We can have a conversation. We can live stream it or something like that. But yeah, I thought it was a bullshit move on his part.
Higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you...
I am so tired of Logan Paul threatening to sue people.
Yeah, it's also it's lame as fuck. Like, we could have talked, I already know, we could have talked about this. He's about to go into it. Like, I would have invited you on my podcast. Shit like that. I don't know. Maybe. But
yeah.
I just think it's so fucking lame to be like, yo, I'm going to sue you now. You brought this up and I can't explain it away, so I'm going to sue you.
Yeah. No, it was the same thing with like the Patty Pimblett thing where it's like he does this soup where obviously it's not even his idea, you know, and he's like, well, you know, Patty, I could sue you for... It's like, come on, bro. It's like...
Yeah.
You had reached
such
out
an LA
me
thing to do, too.
Personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven. But the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things. And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations, and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false. This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope I can help understand a situation that is tremendously complex but has been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, Coffeezilla. I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimy as... So I'm not gonna come on...
This seems like it's almost over, so we'll...
If you want to come on Impulsive to talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Okay, that's the part where, like, I don't care for it anymore. I don't know. There's a few things. There's a few things. Like, this seems like this came out, what, an hour ago? This is the January 3rd. It seems like a very emotional video, like an emotional response.
Well,
like,
he also didn't address the main thing that I wanted him to address was all the text messages between them guys. Because in those text messages, and I might get this a little bit wrong, but he was saying in those text messages like, yo, we're going to hold for now. No one sell until I say so. He obviously was meaning to do this so he could build it up, get people to buy in, and then sell his side of it or sell a bunch of coins.
And that's
the part I wanted to hear him address.
And to be clear, that's not to say this is just a straight pump and dump either or whatever. You know, this isn't like there have been successful cryptos that have maintained some type of currency going around. Even after Doge still is around, dude. People still use Doge.
I'm willing to bet exactly one Dogecoin that CryptoZoo will never happen. Like when he's like, yeah, it's still coming.
That's the other thing.
I'll bet all the Dogecoin I have, which is none.
And then here's my thing about this. It's like, okay, so you're addressing that this is the first time he's reaching out to you, but you didn't clarify. You didn't clarify that your manager did he tell you about the first two messages?
That's my point. If I'm reaching out to someone as busy and big as Logan Paul, right? Who would normally? And I'm just assuming.
Am I DMing you
most
on IG?
like this. Who do you have to go through on everybody? You go through their manager,
for sure,
which he did. So if Logan Paul is upset with him about that, who he should be upset with is his manager, because Coffeezilla said, hey, I'm making this big video. I'm going to talk about CryptoZoo. I need Logan Paul's input on this. And his manager just ignored it and didn't give it to Logan Paul.
And to be fair,
did it again ignored it, didn't give it to Logan Paul. His manager should be he's the manager.
I think it's an actual law. I forget what it is, but when you're putting out like a hit piece on somebody, you have to one, like let them know, like, hey, and have to like be able to give a response in the piece that you're giving or something. I forget how it goes, but it's like if I'm like writing a whole article on your company, right, and how it might be scamming people, I have it all written out. I have to let you know that, hey, this is the article I'm writing. Do you have a response to it before I put it out? And then it seems like that's what he did. And it's like, he did what he needed to do. He didn't get a response. It seems like this was a last-ditch effort to be like, hey, video's already out. This is your last chance to respond to anything, because I have 2 more videos coming out. You know, that's what it seems like to me. I'm not defending Coffeezilla here, and I'm also not defending Logan Paul here. I just think it's
what I am saying, this is the reason why this video makes me mad, though, is I don't even care at all. I don't give a fuck. I think if you're dumb enough to invest in something Logan Paul has, you kind of deserve. But my problem with it is that he did take money from people.
Sure.
He did not apologize. He did not take any blame in this. The only blame he took was, I hired bad people. And he didn't really take that much blame for that. He said it at the beginning. Yeah, I hired a criminal. I'm an idiot. He never took blame for anything. He did not apologize. This is literally no accountability whatsoever, which is what I was hoping. I think in all these scenarios, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but in all these scenarios, I think coming out and being honest, like, I wasn't trying to scam anybody. I hired the wrong people. Because of that, a lot of people lost their money. I'm very sorry, but I can only do so much because I'm currently in a legal battle with all these people and everything that's going on. There's lawsuits being tried. There's only so much I can talk about. That to me would have been a better video than what this was, which was trying to just discredit Coffeezilla.
I think what people, me, you, everybody, maybe even Logan Paul himself, need to realize about like this type of video and response of everything he's doing. I think even subconsciously, everything he does that goes on camera, I think is for clicks, right? So he's going to hype up everything he does. I think the suing thing, I don't even think that would go. I think there's nothing, right? I think that's saying something for clicks, right? Oh, did you hear Logan Paul's going to sue Coffeezilla for the, you know what I mean? Him and his brother have been doing this for so long that they're masters of creating the drama around them, the interest around them, and credit to them. I have no problem with Logan Paul. I watch Impulsive. I think he can be funny at times. Me and you have
talked about this before. At the same time, I think he did scam people.
Sure.
It's not going to affect him. People are still going to buy his shit. People are still going to watch his shit. No one's going to care about this a couple months.
Bro, I didn't care about the Elon Musk stuff. I didn't care about there hasn't been a crypto that I've dove into though that I'm like, oh hey, I have tens of thousands of dollars into this crypto, and like, I trust this person, but I think that's a stupid thing to do regardless.
Logan Paul's not the guy I'm trusting.
I think that's dumb.
But also, I think that the video like this was dumb. I think that it would have been better just like, he has a podcast, talk for it, because this doesn't seem personal. This is, and maybe he is going to talk about his podcast, and this will switch it up a little bit. This is a clear, well-edited crafted video that they probably spent days on with different teams, creating a good response, writing all this out. This is not real. So I think like a better apology would have been on the podcast, like, yo, let's talk about it in an open forum and long conversation, not a 7-minute video where he's the one with the entire narrative.
They might
nothing's
still do
changing. That's what I'm saying. They might. And I'm sure it'll be brought up. But to me, I don't like responses like this. I would rather see everybody like, if you're going to respond to something, I think it should always be in long format instead of these short clipped videos. For that reason, it just doesn't seem real. It seems like, you know, especially when it's well edited, you got all this shit going on in the background. I know he thinks he did something here, but I don't think he did. I think this makes him look worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, if we look at the comments, let's see. No accountability whatsoever. Incredible. I love how you blamed everyone else as if you didn't hire them. We literally have not read these at all, by the way. Like, this is our first time scrolling. Crazy how you hired a whole team of scammers and yet you're completely innocent. Truly SB level of response. Logan dodging accountability is like watching a magic cart flay around, even less grace. There isn't a good comment here. Man threw the other criminals under the bus. The contact part is really bugged me. Like isn't the common sense for him to teach you to reach through? Exactly. Everything we're seeing in the is like, and that's what we're saying.
Is what we're saying. Yeah.
So
yeah, again, I just think that this makes him look worse. It makes him look out of touch. And it's a well-crafted video that has a poor response. It's just a bad response.
I agree.
I think that it makes him seem like he's really full of himself. Like
he is, but he is though.
I know he is, but it's like, I'm not gonna take accountability. These are all these other guys. I'm fucking them up, and guess what? I'm gonna sue you. You can't make videos about me like that. Mm-hmm. Saying that what I did was a fraud, even though there's literally nobody that's made money and everybody's only lost investing in me. By the way, buy my fucking Polaroids.
Yeah.
What is that gay shit? I'm gonna take a bunch of Polaroids, y'all buy them, and it's gonna have my name on them and shit in the case. I seen that, I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing. But the sad part is people buy it, so I guess I can't hate on him that much. Got more money than me.
He's an influential figure. I don't know. Love him, I hate him. You think he scammed or you think he didn't? I don't think Coffeezilla put out a hit piece on Logan Paul. That is just my final thought of it. I think
the hit piece was on CryptoZoo.
But once again, why would he choose CryptoZoo when there's so many other things out there that happen like that? Because it's Logan Paul and a big influential figure, and it will gain a lot of clicks. Yes, and Logan
other
Paul,
big influencer figures too.
Yes, Logan Paul, you are correct. If I'm Coffeezilla, it's like, yes, I made this video because it is you, and you did this stuff, and you are a big influential person with 26 million followers on YouTube alone. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So it's kind of
like he's not going to make a video about me and you, right? He's making video. What's that nerd that was banging all the fat chicks? That just got arrested?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? The big crypto guy that had like the house and he was like,
oh yeah. I don't know his name. I forget his name.
Yeah, that dude. Like, you make a video about that guy because he's the big name behind you. Yeah. Like, obviously this is the most and it's a big story. So
once people realize that, it's whatever. Logan Paul's only going to make videos that are going to garner clicks. Why would Coffeezilla make anything other than something that's going to garner clicks?
Yeah, this is to garner clicks. This is what this video is for.
Yeah.
And honestly, too, I know we're seeing bad comments. It's going to work for some people. Because some people don't need proof.